The explosion of color slowly receded, leaving behind the familiar, muted gray of my usual world. I shook my head, anchoring myself to the physical reality of the classroom. I pulled my heavy Braille literature textbook closer. My fingertips danced across the crisp embossed paper, the raised dots clicking rhythmically under my touch as I tracked Saito-sensei's lecture. My mother had begged me to consider the specialized institute in Tokyo, her voice thick with worry and the unspoken fear of my safety. But the thought of the tuition, the crushing weight of those boarding fees, made my chest ache. I couldn't be the reason she sat at the kitchen table late at night, weeping over stacks of unpaid bills. So I stayed here. Finally, the lunch bell shrieked, a high-frequency vibration that triggered a wave of chaotic movement. The air filled with the scrape of chair legs against floorboards and the appetizing, salty scent of tamagoyaki and karaage being unpacked from lacquer bento boxes. To my right, the environment shifted instantly. The air pressure dropped as Tanaka-san and her followers swarmed Tatsuya's desk. Their voices were a physical nuisance, a rapid, high-pitched scratching of neon red sparks that pinged against my temples like hail. The air around me grew thick with Tanaka-san's clawingly expensive floral perfume. She didn't look at me. She rarely did. She stood over Tatsuya's desk. I could hear where her footsteps came to a stop, her voice projecting past me, as if I were nothing more than a piece of classroom furniture.
Minamoto-kun, I hope the air in this row isn't too stifling for you. Some people here don't quite understand how to keep their space clean.
Seriously? It's like sitting in a dog wash. So smelly. I feel sorry the teacher placed you back here, Minamoto-kun.
That dog shouldn't even be allowed in here. Ignore them, Minamoto-kun. I brought a proper bento today, my mother's recipe. You really shouldn't be settling for convenience store plastic. It's so unbecoming for someone like you.
No need.
His answer was a clean, sharp blade. The red sparks of their frustration flared brighter for a second, a jagged crimson haze. I gripped my braille slate, my knuckles white. I didn't dare say a word. To speak would be to acknowledge them, and acknowledging them would only give them more fuel. I just stared at my lap, the red sparks of their presence making my skin prickle.
Oh, come on. Don't be so cold. We're just trying to be welcoming. It's not like you have anyone else to talk to in this row, is it?
I'm busy. Please find someone else to bother.
Tatsuya let out a low, indifferent hum, a sound devoid of any color, like a vacuum in the middle of a crowded room. The girls huffed, the floorboards vibrating under their aggressive, retreating stomps as they marched out of the room, Tanaka-san's footsteps sounding particularly sharp and resentful. I kept my head down, ignoring the phantom heat of their lingering frustration. I reached into my bag and pulled out a small, crinkling container of dry kibble, setting it down for So-So. She shifted on her mat, her tail giving a soft, appreciative thwack against the vinyl. Suddenly, the air grew heavy, saturated with that distinct, grounding scent of that forgotten, familiar childhood smell. I heard the fabric of Tatsuya's jacket pull taut as he leaned over the narrow aisle between us.
So, what's the dog's name?
Remember I told you? It's So-So.
Forgive me. So you did. Well, since I only brought convenience store food, I have some extra miso soup, tamago sando, and sweet melon pon. Want half? I would hate for it to go to waste.
Before I could answer, a crisp, clean fabric brushed lightly against the back of my hand. A soft, translucent ribbon of pure silver cut right between us as Katsura-senpai smoothly settled into his seat to my left.
She is allergic to soy, Minamoto-kun. She will be eating her own lunch today. Please keep your food on your desk.
Sorry, my bad.
As Tatsuya pulled away, the brilliant storm of tie-dye colors vanished, and my world plunged back into darkness. I wanted the colors to stay. I wanted to see them again. The truth was, I wasn't allergic to soy at all. Katsura-senpai had just expertly shut the new boy down without making a scene. But why? He began the ritual of my lunch, the clink of the bento box and the thud of the green tea bottle, grounding me once more.
Tachibana-san, your modified lunch is set. Tamagayaki at 12, rice at 6, karaage at 3. Green tea is at 2 o'clock.
Thank you, Katsura-senpai. I could hear his hand crinkle with the soy packet he had kept to his side after the lunch hour ended with a sharp, jarring burring of the bell, signaling the afternoon session. The classroom filled again with the smell of floor wax and the low, muffled drone of returning students. As the afternoon lecture resumed, the quiet silver thread of Katsura-senpai's voice began whispering the quiz questions into my ear, letting me punch the answers into my slate, while Tatsuya sat silently to my right, a void of paint in my mind.